madman, arsonist, religious rebel, gladiator emperor, for rulers, for reputations Rome would never forget. But reputation is not evidence. What did these men really look like, and how much of the legend was true? Using surviving Roman portraits, we'll rebuild their faces, and return them to the moments that made them infamous. Our first face is Caligula, young, clean-shaven, and remarkably composed in the portraits that survived him. Now, the idealized imperial portrait breaks apart, revealing a plausible human face beneath the marble. Not the monster of later imagination, just a young ruler whose reputation would eventually overwhelm his face. He became emperor in AD 37, welcomed by Romans hoping his reign would mark a new beginning. Later writers describe cruelty, humiliation, and unpredictable rule, but those accounts came through deeply hostile political traditions. In AD 41, conspirators killed him. His reign ended, but the name Caligula grew larger than the man. Then comes Nero, another emperor whose face became almost inseparable from the accusations that followed his death. As the marble falls away, a fuller, older face emerges, far more human than the villain of later legend. Now the portrait breathes again. And almost immediately, one question follows him back into the light. Did Nero really burn Rome? In AD 64, fire devastated Rome. Later tradition blamed Nero, but the evidence is far more complicated. The fire became part of his legend. The surviving portrait leaves us with a face, not a simple verdict. Our third portrait looks strikingly young. Elagabalus reached the imperial throne while still in his teens. As the stone breaks away, that youth remains, full cheeks, a clean-shaven face, and heavy-lidded eyes. He was still a teenager, yet suddenly stood at the center of the most powerful empire in the Mediterranean. Raised in Syria and shaped by a priestly tradition, he brought a very different religious identity to Rome. At its center stood a sacred stone, carried in procession as his god gained unprecedented prominence in imperial religion. His reign lasted only 4 years. After his death, hostile writers turned the young emperor into an enduring scandal. The final face is Commodus, bearded, imposing, and determined to be seen as something more than an emperor. Now the strongest marble shell collapses, revealing the man behind Rome's most theatrical imperial self-image. Alive again, he looks less like a myth, and more like the human face preserved beneath the curls and beard. He personally entered Rome's arena spectacles, shocking elites and blurring the boundary between emperor and performer. His image went further. Lion skin, club, and apples presented the living ruler in the visual language of Hercules. That carefully constructed identity survives in marble, the living emperor disappearing, while the heroic image remains. Madman, arsonist, religious rebel, gladiator. Those are the labels history attached to 4 very different men. But portraits are evidence, not photographs. Ancient histories are testimony, not neutral recordings. The truth is more complicated. The legends survived. The men disappeared. And once again, marble becomes mortal,